Unraveling the Mystery of Sherlock Holmes' Greatest Cases, a deep dive. For more than a century, Sherlock Holmes has stood as the epitome of brilliant deduction, logic, and cold, calculating intellect. Created by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, Holmes is not merely a fictional character, he is a cultural phenomenon whose influence reaches far beyond the pages of literature. This deep dive explores the brilliance behind his greatest cases, the historical roots of his methods, and the enduring legacy that continues to captivate readers and audiences worldwide. The legacy of a master detective. Sherlock Holmes, a cultural icon. Since his first appearance in 1887's A Study in Scarlet, Sherlock Holmes has been more than just a character, he is an institution. Clad in a deer-stalker hat and wielding a pipe, Holmes's image has become universally recognized. His deductive methods, eccentric habits, and unshakable confidence in logic have inspired generations of detectives in fiction and even influenced real-world forensic science. An enduring popularity. What makes Holmes so timeless? Perhaps it's the clarity he brings to chaos, or the way he transforms the incomprehensible into the obvious. Across novels, short stories, films, and television series, Holmes continues to enthrall audiences of all ages. From Basil Rathbone to Benedict Cumberbatch, each adaptation breathes new life into the detective while honoring the core traits that made him legendary. Unraveling the Mysteries. A Study in Scarlet, the birth of a legend. Holmes's first case introduces both his brilliance and his partnership with Dr. John Watson. The mystery revolves around a murder with no apparent motive, featuring cryptic writing in blood and a revenge story stretching back to the American West. More than just a whodunit, this tale showcases Holmes's analytical mind and Doyle's revolutionary inclusion of forensic science decades ahead of its time. The Hound of the Baskervilles, a classic mystery. Arguably the most famous Holmes tale, this novel masterfully blends gothic horror with rational deduction. Set on the misty moors of Devonshire, Holmes investigates the legend of a supernatural hound haunting the Baskerville family. Through careful observation and psychological insight, Holmes peels away layers of fear and superstition to reveal a very human motive behind the terror. The Sign of Four, a masterful deduction. This case plunges Holmes and Watson into a labyrinth of betrayal, stolen treasure, and colonial intrigue. What sets this story apart is Holmes's handling of misleading clues, red herrings that would confound lesser detectives. By linking small, seemingly unrelated details, Holmes demonstrates the art of logical deduction in its purest form, culminating in a gripping chase along the Thames. Beyond the cases. The evolution of Sherlock Holmes, from literature to screen. Sherlock Holmes has evolved beyond Conan Doyle's original texts, becoming one of the most adapted characters in media history. Each era reshapes Holmes to reflect contemporary concerns, from the gritty realism of the 1940s films to the high-tech sleuthing of modern reimaginings like Sherlock and Elementary. Yet at the heart of every portrayal remains the sharp mind, the disdain for convention, and the insatiable curiosity. Influence on modern detective stories. Without Sherlock Holmes, the modern detective genre would be unrecognizable. Agatha Christie's Hercule Poirot, Raymond Chandler's Philip Marlowe, and even today's true crime investigators owe a debt to Holmes's methodology. His legacy is embedded in the tropes of the genre, the eccentric genius, the loyal companion, the final reveal that ties everything together with shocking clarity. A timeless relevance. Why do Sherlock Holmes's cases still matter today in a world overwhelmed by information and ambiguity? Holmes represents clarity, reason, and the power of human intellect. His stories remind us that even the most tangled mysteries can be solved with observation, logic, and an unrelenting quest for truth. Conclusion: walking in Holmes's footsteps. As we revisit the fog-laden streets of Victorian London and step once more into the study at 221B Baker Street, we are not merely following a detective, we are stepping into the mind of a legend. Sherlock Holmes teaches us not only how to think, but how to see the world differently. Whether you're a lifelong fan or a curious newcomer, the mysteries of Sherlock Holmes are more than just puzzles, they are timeless explorations of human nature, reason, and justice. And they will continue to inspire, challenge, and fascinate for generations to come. Dear listener, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thanks.